Greetings and welcome, everyone. It is time for Brony Dungeons and Dragons. We had quite the session last time.
Understatement.
So much went on. Holy cow.
Cow. Yes, that's the word.
Yep.
A big red fiery cow.
Well, there was a little bit of wolf in there too.
It wasn't a lol cow, I'll tell you that much right now.
Well, the thing is that that was a joint effort.
Yeah, no kidding.
Somebody's still salty.
I'm still bitter.
It wasn't that bad, I hope.
She's so salty, it's great.
Aww.
She's a pretzel. She's all tied up over it and
tied up and salty. Yeah, that's about it.
Yep, that's accurate. She's a pretzel.
Yep.
He's best pretzel.
But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting session because it's the one where I'm giving you the most freedom.
Which is a bad idea.
I'm scared.
Never give us freedom.
Depending on your actions, you could either finish this chapter in about, say, 3 hours, or it might take 6.
No one's away.
My money's on 8.
Yeah.
We're somewhere in the middle.
I am scared to admit it, but she might be right.
September for 10 hours.
You guys have 70% of the time you guys have figured out the fast way.
Yeah, which I was surprised about when you gave us that list. I'm like, we've actually figured it out most of the time.
Most of the time.
Oh, you have to say it.
All right. Anywho, I think getting ready for the assault on Directian. So I think I shall get this started. Is everybody ready?
No.
Probably not, no.
Believe we are almost.
No means yes, apparently. Okay.
No means yes, apparently.
50-50.
Just this one.
No's and a yes means yes.
Yes means yes and no means no, but yes means no means yes, you know.
I don't know.
You know how men are. They think they say no means get lost. They think get lost means take me. I'm yours.
Yes.
All right. Here we almost go. I need to put this over at the side. And
I got it. Okay, now I got my things.
Yay.
Hooray.
okay.
I actually have written paper about this stuff. I heard paper shuffling.
I have a lot of free time. I think of things at work.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's
Awesome, man. I wasn't chiding you or making fun. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Anyway, let's get this started. All right. When we last left our heroes, they were determined. After defeating Fairthurn's father, Eimer, Fairthurn provided a funeral for him, and then the group headed towards Gatlistown. At camp, sparks and tempers flew between the party, causing Amber to run away. The place they ran was into an assassin ambush, where Jalron's mother once again repeated her offer to kill Cross and become an assassin. He refused to do so, which meant he passed a secret test to be accepted into their order. At Gatlistown, they ran into a Montelo, who turned out to not only be the Cheshire Cat, but a Litamara. Then they did battle with the Dwarven King, who revealed that Owen Lightbringer was in fact Gorgon Vineblight. They were then attacked by a Balor, which was defeated by all their combined might. They now have the help of the dwarves. And today, the assault on Directian begins.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Where are we?
You are now in... Oops, that shouldn't be there. You are now in Directian Tavern, but slowly but surely, familiar faces pour in with a small contingent of soldiers. They all explain to you that the rest of their forces are outside the city, waiting for orders.
Oh,
Then
no.
Raya has come well, assisting the now swamped bartender. The other patrons give nervous murmurs, several of them wondering what's happening. What do you do?
What the heck? I did not see
You are in robot mode already.
Wow, that was fast.
That's an Academy record. Dang.
The robot record.
Alright, I'll leave in. Okay, so I'll leave and rejoin the call. If I can't get back in,
We shall send rescue party.
Yes.
Okay.
I immediately spot my father on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bitch over to him.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name again?
Oh my gosh!
DM, what was his name?
Okay, can I be heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Varog. I know.
Quite a huge bunch here.
I'm looking for.
Well, that's a lot of allies we have in our quest. I think that should be a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking for not seeing Orthorian. Am I just missing him?
Oh no, I see him. Uthorian's down right here.
That's no. That is
Not wrong author. Wrong one.
Orthorian, not
Orthorian.
Ortharian.
Alright.
If I were to venture a guess, I'd assume that I would assume that they're with the armies.
That's, don't.
I just
Actually, I just realized I don't see any of the fire elves yet.
It may be taking them a while.
I don't imagine the fire elves would really appreciate a lot of the customs of the other cultures around here.
We are currently surrounded by the corpses of nature.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Seal looks up. And Seal actually. Oh, hello. How y'all doing?
Hey, Celia.
Nice, y'all
Hey.
Italian.
Hello.
So I couldn't help it over here that you were wondering about the fire elves.
Yeah, I didn't see them. Are they on their way? Or are they outside the outskirts of the city?
Unfortunately, the fire elves. We haven't gotten any correspondence back. We sent messengers on ships, but none of them returned.
On ships.
Oh,
That may
That's-
not have been the best option.
Rose.
oops.
Hey, I regret nothing.
We'll talk about the difference between monsters and animals another time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Even so, like even if they did, I
Even
don't
if they did, the corpses of nature, they may not have been welcome.
Mm-mm.
I do see our bandit friends over there, our former bandit friends over there. How have they been handling the transition to fishermen?
It's been smoother than expected. I mean, they won't mind when a couple of them said that they were challenged, but in the end, they do get the job done, and hey, it's honest work. I think we should count our blessings at this point.
Well, actually, Faye, can you scry Ziadril or Aurelia to
I
tell?
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that I should say. Oh, yeah. It's like if like we are in Gatlistown, or we can meet outside of Gatlistown. That way, we're nowhere near the corpse, as you say, the corpses of nature.
I'm going to scry out our princess.
All right.
I
actually,
fear
right,
we
forgot
might get an earful from this.
All right. So you close your eyes and you begin to reach out for Ziadril's consciousness. A minute.
Only because it's you, Finn. Am I biting my tongue?
I can't even be mad at that. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. You detect a little bit of resistance, but then Ziadril lets you in. Oh, hello. Nice of you to say hi after how long was it?
I lose track of time.
I mean, we are intended. I mean, you are intending to go to war with us, are you not? I mean, it would behoove us to keep in contact.
Apologies, Your Majesty. We've been quite busy as of our last contact.
She gives a small chuckle. I'm just messing with you. So, what can I do for you?
I'm just concerned. Nobody's received correspondence from you, and nobody has seen any fire elves here. Is everything all right?
Zeadril, you can feel confusion from Zeadril. We haven't gotten any correspondence from you. What are you talking about?
Oh.
I suspect that there's a giant kraken in play somewhere along the way.
Very
Probably.
likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zeadril sighs. Well, thank you for calling us, but we are unfortunately going to be a little bit behind since we're getting this information now. So we'll try to arrive.
Understandable.
We'll try to arrive as soon as possible.
Understood.
Thank you.
Now, don't rush so much that you're unprepared. I'd rather you show up a little late and bring reinforcements than have you rush and lose half of your people due to hastiness.
She laughs. Please, Fairthorn, you're a wonderful spellcaster, but a lousy military strategist.
That's Jalorm's job.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll hopefully discuss strategy later.
I'm going to end the scry spell.
All right. I searched in my pockets, and I noticed that there's a weird a piece of parchment that I didn't that I don't think I actually put in my bag. Wait, what's this?
How can you tell with all those scrolls you carry around with you?
I'm the one who carries all the paper around here. Be quiet.
Hey,
No, he and his journal.
Hey, you'd be surprised. Oh, it's no.
What?
It's.
Can I see?
Hang on, it's from Cross.
What?
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 Hang on. I'm gonna read it out loud.
Oh wait, I'm on the other side of the room. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of time to think about this, but it's probably best that I leave. Something Rose said to me a while ago said that I was useful to the team, but I'm not useful anymore. It took me a while for it to sink in, but she's right. As I am right now, I am not helpful to the team. In fact, I've caused more problems than I have solved, being alone. So, I'm going on a journey. A goddess named Romina came to me last night and offered me a chance to redeem myself. I'd have been crazy not to take it, as doing things by myself has caused bad things to happen. I want to take Rain with me, but Romina said that he isn't one who needs to change. It's me. I hope to see you all again, and hope someday be worthy to be called a comrade again. Cross Dalgo. P.S. Don't leave for Directian just yet. Rain has a few surprises. I fold it up and pass it around the table so they can all say.
I don't need to look.
Now of all times.
He finally did something for the pack.
Oh, Cross, you buffoon. Now of all times.
Guess we can't ever say he didn't learn his lesson.
It's Jaminia sighs. Well, he did say that he probably would have. He did say that he probably would have made a mistake, and to be honest, he probably would have bungled things up. So it's probably best.
Mm-hmm.
You should have said goodbye, though.
I think we all would.
Some more than others.
But right now, I think. Right now, I think we need to see Rain, assuming that he does show up again. In the meantime, I have some interesting ideas and that we can proceed to go forward. For one, I believe Arkoth taking Simula was the biggest mistake he ever did.
Excuse?
How do you figure?
I show him the partially torn note. He left his handwriting.
We already knew his handwriting.
Wait, you're not going where I think you're going.
Bless you, dragon.
Oh yes. I'm going to manipulate the heck out of this handwriting.
Can you even do that?
I imagine as a rogue.
Forgery is a skill.
Yeah.
Ah,
Rogue would have it if anybody did.
sneaky.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but I have so many ideas to go about this.
yep.
And
Okay,
Such as?
okay, but before you do, I want to move on to Amber.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yoink!
So, Amber, you walk up to Varag. He hears you approaching and he gives you a smile. Oh, hello. It's daughter Amber. I'm sorry, this is weird. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I honestly. Well, I'm a little out of practice myself.
But yes, I was just me and these two were just speaking about just speaking about the city and what's to be done.
What do you mean, what's to be done? It's not ours.
Yeah, Varag shrugs. It's like, and he whispers into your ear, "You know, I'm kind of not the one you have to convince." Caladria, you see Caladria say, "Well, we have directed the city towards Directian as a perch for aerial attacks. It's a very, very, very useful vantage point." Salaza scoffs and says, "I still don't see why we can't just crash the city into the human army. Would certainly mitigate a lot of risk to our own people."
Well, to be fair, with all due respect, how would you feel if that were your home being used as a battering ram? Just pointing out the justification of that.
Roll diplomacy.
Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna be good at this.
Watch it get.
Make me proud, Amber.
Get like an 18 or something.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not awful.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's good. Good job.
Yeah. It's Salaza looks at you and says, "I didn't say it was an ideal solution, but given the circumstances, I think it would be. I'm just trying to think practically here. If we crash the city in there, we wouldn't have to waste any of our lives, or the lives of the elves, or the lives of the good humans here in this certain war." Caladria steps in. There are innocent people in that city that would be caught in the crossfire. The humans, and by extent their allies, would probably come to hate dragons forever. They might even declare war on us next. The long-term consequences of our actions. Solaz is not impressed. "I still think it's a stupid risk and we should deal with it now, but fine, we'll play it your way."
I mean, maybe it can be, and I really don't want it to be an option, but if it is our only option, I'm not against it being on the table. It's just that I wouldn't like it to be our first alternative.
Caladrius and Solaza look at each other. I guess we can agree on that.
Thank you.
Frog puts his hand on your shoulder. In the end, darling, we all struggle with nature.
Some more than most. I heard my comrades talking. We might have a delay with our allies from the Fire Elves. Not sure what can be done at the moment. Considering there might
roll a spot check.
Spot check. Spot check.
Yeah.
There you are. I'm not gonna be good at this. Oh,
That's a really
Alright.
good one.
okay.
Their
There's
whose luck changed.
somebody
Yeah,
changed
it's
the
like-
deck.
All right, you see Ravis perk up at that, and he gives you a raised. He's giving a raised eyebrow.
Who's this again? Sorry.
This guy here.
Drow over there.
Thank you.
And then you hear him whisper something into Erdusk's ear.
Uh,
I suggest to listen
Er-
if you can.
Erdusk stands up and he appears to be heading across the tables.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I think we're about to get a little visit from Erdusk.
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Oh, General Erdusk?
Ah, yes. Hello. A little birdie flew around and whispered that you have certain tactical knowledge that would probably behoove you to bestow upon the people who are fighting for you.
In regards to which?
Sorry?
Yeah, we heard about the fire elves and how they're going to be a little late.
Oh.
We only just found out about that ourselves.
Ah, that's fair. Well then,
Well, if we can, I guess at least as per the information that one of our allies will be late, but we should have better to be late and prepared than rush in without a key feature.
that's fair. However, I would like to introduce you all to my bodyguard, Ravis.
Hello.
How do you do?
He doesn't speak and gives a small bow.
Didn't we meet him in Solania?
Yeah, but we didn't say much to him.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, hang on.
I remember him actually being quite demanding of me for direct answers when speaking of my father.
Yes, about that. He is. How do I put this?
Blunt?
No nonsense.
Yep.
But I wouldn't have it any other way. He is a very useful bodyguard, and he wouldn't be my bodyguard if I didn't trust him to do the job he was assigned to do. And he's honestly the best person for it.
I mean no offense by this, but I'm rather surprised that you would even have a bodyguard, General.
He gives a laugh. Gee, why would anybody ever want to assassinate a general?
I merely meant that I'm surprised that a drow would admit to such a thing by having a bodyguard.
Well, it usually takes one or two assassination attempts to realize you might need a wee bit more protection.
Fair enough. As I said,
Anyways, Ravis has been so kind as to provide a little bit of reconnaissance of Directian, and he wants to share with you his findings.
Sure.
Ravis, you have the floor. Thank you. Ravis walks up. Our agents have observed a high degree of military activity behind the walls. Directian's forces are obviously preparing for combat. The forces are numerous, well-equipped, and well-trained. The army seem to have a golden ratio of frontline warriors, mages, cavalry, and archers. They've been drilling battle strategies at a constant rate. Fortunately, this reliance on specific strategies may make them inflexible. He starts pulling out some maps and placing them on the places them on the table.
All right.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
So far, we've seen mostly low-ranking troops and grunts. Officers of tactical importance are too well guarded for assassinations at this time. And he starts pointing along the walls of Directian. Vigilant guards patrol along the 60 feet high and 20 foot thick, magically shaped stone walls. All are armed with bows and spears. They patrol in groups of 2 and are very alert, like they're expecting trouble. He points to a gate. There is only one gate entrance, guarded by about 4 guards who check papers using some form of identification system. We were able to secure one from passing travelers once we found out. He holds it. He pulls it out.
Okay.
What do you think, gentlemen?
It's an idea. To disguise as one of this guy. To disguise as one of these guys.
But if you're going to alter your appearance, I recommend really, really working hard on it, because there are wanted posters of you everywhere.
I figured.
I'm not concerned about having to change our appearance. I do know the veil spell.
Furthermore, they are using a tunnel to securely move cavalry, heavily armored troops, and other mass combat regiments to a protected fort, while leaving behind a garrison to defend the city. Attempts to infiltrate or sabotage the tunnel are not recommended.
That's, I say to Jermaine, is that the same tunnel we used to escape out via the arena?
Jermaine shakes her head. I don't think so. Ravis looks up and says, "Wait a minute. What are you talking about?"
We were actually in Directian to start this adventure, as it were, and we managed to escape Directian via a secret tunnel that leads right into the arena.
Secret being in quotation marks.
Yes, Simula was well aware of the tunnel and actually had fun little surprises waiting for us in it, as well as being there herself at the end of it. And if Simula knows, it's only safe to assume that Arkuth knows.
Yeah, Ravis is giving you a kind of a staring look.
Can I help you?
So, why don't we use the tunnel to get into Directian?
It is an option. I mean, that is why it was brought up.
That's what actually. That actually is one idea I had in mind. But the question is, but the big question is,
they be expecting it?
That and are the traps in there reset and actually traps?
Ravis, you see Ravis stroking his chin a little bit. I think it would probably be best to give you a little more information before we proceed on that sort of speculation.
Yeah, fair point.
All right. He resets his notes. Civilian activity has come to a complete stop. All non-combatants have gathered in the local arena. He looks upwards, as you can hear from the sounds of jubilation from the outside. I suspect that this arena invitation is a way to keep civilians out of the fighting. Thankfully, that makes the army's job easier. The city garrison is lightly armored and mobile. That means they'll be able to use the narrow spaces and terrain of urban combat to their advantage. Expect them to attack our flanks. However, he looks towards the dragons. This is where they may be useful. Enclosed streets and alleyways leave little room to dodge against an aerial bombardment of, say, fire and ice. Stealth and mobility are recommended for our own side as well. For the ground forces, we have secured maps of the city and patrol routes. There are a number of magical traps in the city designed to funnel our troops into kill zones. I recommend we put unmarked trap binders at the head of each squad in order to counteract them. I'd mark the traps with recommended routes to avoid ambushes and kill zones. He points on the map where there are a whole bunch of drawings and X's.
So the X's that you marked are basically are essentially the kill zones essentially.
Indeed, the X's are the kill zones. The circles are where the traps are. Now, you expressed concern about the tunnel being booby-trapped, yes?
They were booby-trapped earlier, but they were more...
They were more childish pranks than anything dangerous.
I see.
But that was Simula. She was playing with us. We mustn't assume such of Arkoth.
He nods and says, that was a very astute observation. But, at the same time... My recommendation is to go into the tunnel, is for your team to go into the tunnels, because either way, we're going to run into traps. And this tunnel does seem to be a bit faster.
And we're already familiar with it, so there's that.
That is a fair assessment, and just looking at, out of character, I'm just looking at my notes. That
you see Ravis scooch behind Faethern and start looking over your shoulder.
Okay. That could work. Yeah, honestly, the best option for our attack strategy is from the arena. It's we basically know where the tunnel is to get in.
Ravis kind of narrows his eyes and looks and says, that kind of ties into the last thing I need to say. The enemy commander has been spending most of his time in the arena area. If you 7 can keep his attention, or hopefully eliminate him, it will significantly assist the outside troops.
Why is his attention focused on the arena?
I have to ask, what are the requirements for opening up a portal?
Ravis looks at you and says, I'm sorry?
What does it take to open up a portal?
A portal? You're going to have to be more specific than that, Rose.
You know exactly what I mean. The portal to the abysmal plane. What's needed? What are the ingredients for a spell like that?
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very, very big knowledge arcana roll.
I'm hoping for a 20 here.
Nope.
No?
Probably not.
Alright, Faethern. You remember briefly reading a couple books on abyssal magic, but you were a little too but they were a little too unnerving for you to proceed. However, you are aware that it might take how do I put this?
Bluntly?
Bluntly.
You know that there does have to be a significant amount. There does have to be death involved to summon a demon.
Wait.
That's what I was afraid of. He's not using the arena to protect the people. He's using them.
Oh, Corruption.
Oh no! No. Then we get. Oh.
We have to get to that. Then
yeah, we have to get to the arena. Oh! I just had a brilliant idea. Question? What's her face? Where is she? Crud. the lady who was gonna see the Fae. See how many of those
Belanus.
Belanus.
Belanus is over there.
Yes. How many of like Fae pixies are they able to get?
They were before talking to the
falls-
6.
It falls to us to summon them. We have to make blueberry soup, remember?
Yeah,
You hear Ravis raise. You see Ravis raise his eyebrow. It's-
Please don't ask. It's it's Faye. It's very odd.
Well, I'm thinking.
Faye, don't question it.
Well, I'm thinking the best way to handle this and avoid that human sacrifice is to remove the sacrifice.
Letting them play their tricks and cast illusions to make it look like there are people there when there aren't.
That exactly. Teleport them out and pretend that they're all there. Instead, they're just teleporting air. Or just sacrificing air.
So, Ravis is looking around and says, "Well, I don't have any idea about what the Fae will do, but that's certainly not up to me. Anyways, last thing, there is a sewer entrance that connects the underground tunnels and to the arena, but at this point, this information is now moot. However, we did find guards in the basement below the arena, but given what I've heard of your abilities, I'm sure they won't be a problem."
Doubt it.
Sewers. I can't help it. The noble lady in me just kind of wrinkles her nose.
Ravis gives a polite soldier's bow and steps back.
And I visibly relax. He's so stiff.
I give her a friendly pat on the shoulder.
That's Erda says, "Well then, I'm sure you have a lot. I'm sure you have a lot to think about. So we're going to go back. We're going to back and deliberate with our troops. Let us know what you come up with."
Okay. Every time I see Drow, I'm so uncomfortable.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
It's right.
It's specifically Drow.
I know.
That reminds me. Every time we've spoken to the Kaganesti, you're a druid. Why is your relationship with them so unpleasant?
I point to the ears. I am not of elf kind. Nor am I an animal. I don't belong anywhere. As much as Jaminia chastised Owen for it, they have no strong feelings one way or the other. To say that a druid is incapable of passion would be a gross misunderstanding, but had no strong feelings one way or another to me. I'm not one of them. I won't be one of them. I was trained because I was talented. Because they needed me. Not because I had any sort of meaning to them.
I see.
Jaminia reaches her hand across the table and puts it on Rose's.
I put my hand on Rose.
Please do not say that you don't belong anywhere.
You belong right here with us, Rose. Believe me, I know exactly how that feels. But, hey, we like you just as you are. Even if you are a little bit stubborn and self-righteous sometimes.
But Jaminia laughs and says, "Yes, I do believe we all have our flaws. I mean, there are things that I personally need to work on. Hello, I'm Little Miss Impulsive."
Yeah.
But yes, we all have our mistakes. We all did make mistakes, and we all have flaws. But it's how we deal with them that determines whether we are good or bad.
I look over to Owen. So, what have you gathered from just sitting and watching? What are your ideas, if you have any?
The fact of us going through the tunnel and ending up in the arena where Arkoth is, it sounds like we're walking in exactly where he wants us to begin with.
Yeah.
I can't help but agree.
That's a little bit too obvious of an entrance.
Jiminia looks and says, now that you mention it, that is true, but do we have, if we have alternatives, I'm willing to hear it.
Didn't they say there was some other tunnel? Or
There was a sewer tunnel.
Sewer tunnel.
Yeah.
I apologize. Automatic reaction.
Well, we have two options. We can either take the slow way and go through the sewer entrance, or we can take the fast way and risk falling into a trap.
Or we find a roundabout way.
If you're willing, well, if you have anything, I'd be willing to hear it.
I'm looking back at the map of Alatasca. Is there a space behind the, like, between the mountain and the and the walls that's like that could be undetected?
Undetected. Define
I
as
well,
detected.
like-
I seem to recall that the arena was built into a cliffside.
Yeah. Here's the problem. Usually I would be all for the slow but safe route. But if people are in danger, we may not be able to afford the slow route.
I
Unless
think
we can
that's entirely what he's counting on.
I
Unless
know
we
it
can
is.
convince the Fae to get the people to safety unnoticed.
Yeah.
They did agree to help us, but these are Fae we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They're extremely unpredictable.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Blueberry soup.
Blueberry soup. Why? I still can't wrap my head around this.
Because it's funny. That's all they need. Something entertaining. That's their motivation. Their motivation is to be entertained.
Or maybe they just want sweets.
No, that's too simplistic. They can get sweets on their own. They like the idea of humanoids figuring out blueberry soup just for them to help them. It's entertaining. As long as something's funny, especially at the expense of others.
Well, whatever. We know the conditions and we can meet them. Oh, we need blueberries, don't we?
Yeah, I was talking about that when we first entered the city.
Yes, I remember.
Should we go berry picking?
We can go berry picking, or there
Would
might
my
be a
create
shop.
food and water spell actually create food that I want specifically?
That
Would
would be
it?
helpful.
That would save us some time.
The hero's feast of blueberry soup.
Okay,
Well,
yes, the food that create food and water. The food that the spell creates is simple fare of your choice.
Sweet.
Then I can create blueberry
Literally.
as I
Woo!
submit.
Awesome. That makes things so much easier.
Magic makes life so much easier.
I am so afraid.
Honestly, you're. I'm gonna say this, but you're not the only one.
If we're not afraid, we're being foolish.
Well, what about going in the front door? Because quite frankly, that is exactly the last thing that people would expect.
I don't know about the last thing. But
It is the last thing because everybody is fully prepared for anyone to come through the front door. Now, we know about identity papers, we know about disguises, we know about forgery. How difficult would it really be to get in the front door?
We still don't know what the identification clearance process is.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
there could
But we
be
are very handy with disguises. We are apparently handy with forgery. And
then Jaminia looks towards Owen and Ivan, and several of us are certainly silver-tongued.
That's true. We do have diplomacy on our side.
Yeah, I can make
I
myself.
think we're going to need more bluff than diplomacy.
Yeah, it's going to be bluff. Like,
Yeah, bluff. Yeah.
That would be where our rogue
Rogue.
comes in. I almost said the other thing, and we don't want to advertise that.
Yeah, especially with the
All right.
EJ
Actually,
on the name.
actually, speaking of, I'm actually. Crap! I just realized I have to go to Waltham and see if he has that thing I had him custom make me.
Oh yeah.
The last thing I want to do is walk in the way Arkoth is expecting us to walk in.
Yeah.
Oh, we all agree with you there.
But we have to consider the people.
Well, it would have to be. I don't want to say fools rush in, but Well, if he said that if it's going to be if it's high commander, it's probably not exact. Or wait, what if does it have to depend? It could also depend on when we attack. Like if we attack during the cover of night. I'm open to amendments here.
I'm also curious about how well they could see the rest of you if you're all following within the shadow plane.
Does the shadow plane? Hang on. I need to roll knowledge planes because does the shadow plane work that way?
The Shadow Walk?
Yeah, I have Shadow Walk, remember?
Yeah. It's Shadow Walk allows you to sort of walk. Yeah, you can use it to escape the shadow plane, but you can also use it to move very briefly through the shadow plane and move very, very quickly.
And also those that surround me, I can move with them as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that how useful that was last time. Get off my screen, you stupid
Which
ass.
may not be a bad strategy to help us out evacuate the people.
Yeah, as inconspicuous as possible. That's the best way to do it.
How many people could you carry along with you again, Ivan?
How many did I carry last time? Like 10?
14.
Like
14.
14.
We're
So
talking
as much as you-
hundreds, if not thousands, at this
Yeah, that
Yeah.
may not be enough.
So it would only work with a small group.
Yeah, and I can't cast it as many times as I want either, so...
What I'm thinking right now is infiltration, information gathering, sabotage, that kind of thing.
Well, we do have methods of gaining information, like, detect thoughts and such, so...
I hate memes because freaking.
Oh, really?
I can't help it. Look at who I spend my time with. Blissy, I will end you.
What? What?
I'm glad you missed that one. Move on.
Yeah.
But in any case, Rain. We have several things we have to do. One, Rain has stuff for us. So
Yeah, he had surprises.
maybe he knows. Maybe he has the recipe for blueberry soup. Who knows?
Possibly. That sounds like something he'd fish for us.
Fairthorn whispers loudly to make sure that Rose hears. Maybe he has something special for Rose.
Rose just raises her eyebrow at that.
Oh, you are so adorably oblivious.
If you guys want to take a look at what Rain has, that's fine. And Jalarum needs to go talk to the blacksmith, that's fine. I thought we were waiting around for more people to arrive anyways.
Yes, we have time until the fire elves get here, so...
Yes. All right, so if anyone wants to come with to the blacksmith,
I'll come with.
No,
All right.
thank you.
Okay, I just hope he doesn't overcharge me. All right, okay, so Faye and I are going to head to the blacksmith.
All right, you and Faye are heading to the.
And nobody else wishes to come to see if there's any other equipment you want to get?
Yeah.
Nope.
Really? No
I
one?
am equipment.
I have no intention of stepping into a blacksmith. Thank you very much.
All right. Lucy, come with us! Stop sticking around!
Listen kind of squawks as he just leaves. All right, so you're all heading to the blacksmith. Is anybody else going to be doing anything?
Other than petting Star J, probably not.
At this point, Amber is processing.
Yeah.
There we go.
I still feel like we need to do some talking with Ivan, considering everything that's going on in his head right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, if nothing's going on, then I'm going to be moving towards the weapon shop.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Watson.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. How's the how's the commission? Hope it's not too much trouble.
Oh no, it was certainly unique, but yeah, I did well with it.
All right. Hope it doesn't cost me literally an arm and a leg.
That is not funny.
He pulls a blade out of the oven. Yeah, about that.
Oh.
May doesn't quite get his sense of humor, so her hand starts sparking with electricity.
And that you see him give a weird glance. Like, does she have like no sense of humor?
Sometimes she takes things a little literally.
He was joking.
Yes, that's a phrase.
Carry on.
Well, anyway, yeah, he reaches into his pouch and he gives you a necklace with a shooting star on it.
This looks absolutely beautiful.
Oh, you're welcome. Consider it a gift, on the house.
Walton, you don't have to.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. It's like, hey, we're friends. We do favors for each other.
Aww.
All right.
You're rather sweet when you're not being disturbingly morbid.
Joke.
He looks at that. He looks at her and says, "Yeah, you're allowed to be both, sweetie."
Don't call me sweetie, please.
Yeah, I'm only allowed to do. Kidding.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'd say anything.
And then he looks between you, and then he kind of like goes, "Oh."
Faye's entire face is red by now.
He just has the most like scandalous laugh. Oh, I can't wait to tell everyone else about this.
I like this guy.
But anyway, Walsum, I can't thank you enough. Well, I say if I make it back, I'll spread the word to Directian that you make these things.
Thank you. All right, well then, have fun storming the castle.
If it works, it'll take a miracle.
Yeah. Play nicely, you two.
Come on, Faye.
Lucid caws at him as they leave.
You guys are so cute.
I've never heard shipping sound so sinister. Well done.
Well, clearly you've never been to the dark side of DeviantArt.
I make a point not to. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I have it. I just hope.
All right, give me 1 second.
I was already intimidated enough by your mother being an assassin. Now I have your weirdo blacksmith friend to worry about.
All right. A few minutes after the two leave, you see someone come in.
Hey!
There's Rain.
Rain! Hi, guys.
I gotta whoop.
Amber!
Question: do the guards have to roll a reflex save just in case?
The guards see like a fairly large creature move behind them, and they're like, whoa!
Excuse me, Barbie, can I do
The cinnamon rolls must greet each other.
Hey, guys.
Rain hugs.
I pick up Raid and I hug him.
Rain hugs around Amber's neck.
Yeah, you see the guards. At first, they look a little confused, but as soon as they see Amber hug Ray, they give like kind of like a gesture with their head of like, oh. Okay.
Oh god, this monster's gonna eat the child! Or hug.
Oh.
Hug works.
Rayan also like hugs Ivan with one arm that's not wrapped around Amber's neck.
Yay, double hug.
All the hugs are happening.
Yep. The cinnamon pile. That's how she say, oh god, there's 3 of them!
You already said that with Mara and
No,
Taylor.
there's 5 of them!
No, actually, I said, oh god, there's 3 of them actually when we first met Amontolo, ironically.
Yep.
Ray!
Megan walks over to Ray and says, oh, hello. How are you doing today?
Well, I saw my dad off, so, I mean, he's okay. He's just... I can't control what he does with his life, and... well... he needs to do something to make himself better, like Solinor wanted. And Lady Romena wants to help him. She's very nice.
That's good.
So, he'll be okay, I hope. But I don't know when I'm going to hear from him again, because it was kind of a mission of solitude.
Jaminia sighs and says, "Yeah, I can understand that. Don't worry." He ruffles Ray. She ruffles Ray's hair. If I know Cross, he'll return a better person.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every time I see him, he seems to be getting better and better.
Yay.
Jaminia then moves to Starjay and begins brushing him.
Oh, so I remembered you guys needed something weird. So I went and got a bunch of fruit. I got some strawberries, raspberries, blackberries,
Blueberries?
Yeah.
You said blueberries? You got blueberries.
Yeah, I got a bunch of berries because I couldn't remember what kind of berries that you needed.
Ember's still holding Rain and carries him over to Rose. He's got blueberries!
Yes, I know. I figured he would get them.
He's a very good boy.
Oh, really, Ivan?
I do appreciate it. Thank you.
He is, though.
I also got a banana, but that was just because I was hungry.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
But also, I had presents for you guys. Just sort of something to keep you safe. They're not really magic or anything like that, but I mean, sometimes going in with a reminder of the outside world helps with morale. You know?
Yeah.
You didn't have to, sweetie, but it's very, very kind of you.
Well, actually, since you're hanging on to me, I'll give you yours first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mind if I hold you? I need something to hold.
You can hold me, Amber.
Sorry, that was an out of character.
I'm good.
That was an involuntary shipping squeal. I apologize.
Here. He reaches into his satchel and pulls out a leather bracelet with a leaf frozen in amber.
Oh, how perfect.
That's cool. I want one for real.
My eyes boggle at it.
Yeah, this one's for you. There's a lot of old trees surrounding our village, and I initially was going to give this as a gift to Amelia, but I can give it to her. I can give her another one later.
Who's Amelia?
She's a friend of mine. She's one of my best friends. Yeah, she's one of my best friends. Amelia and Tolliver. Those are my best friends.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I take it and I look at it.
I mean, your name is Amber. It kind of fits you more.
And then for
I
Ivan,
squeeze Rain even tighter.
Don't pop him now.
Don't kill the kid.
Don't hurt him.
Sorry. I will treasure this forever.
Yay! I'm glad. Ivan, I made you this.
he pulls out a little wooden flute from his satchel.
I don't know if you know how to do a flute, but I could probably teach you sometime. I'm not good at the ocarina yet, but I'm pretty okay on the flute.
You know, a while back, I actually was taught about the wonder of music from someone who was able to play the flute, and I would love to learn myself. Thank you, Rain.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Jaminia, okay, it's gonna seem weird, but I got you this ribbon. It's for your hair, because I know queens, you're not supposed to look pretty on the battlefield, but at the same time, it's something to add a little bit of, I guess, queeniness to your battle garb. It goes in your hair.
Queeniness is a technical term.
Very
Jaminia looks at Jaminia kind of puts her hand over her mouth and then she just kind of mouths a quiet thank you.
It's purple because purple means royal.
She takes it and actually ties her hair back a little bit. And then she kind of just twirls her hair behind her ear, looking all bashful.
Oh. Well, just as long as she doesn't put it all the way down, then it's dead mom hair.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
What?
that trope that's in a lot of where if you wear a really low ponytail.
Okay, Amber,
and you're a mother. Bad things happen.
Amber gives a smirk, picks up Raiden one more time, and places him in front of Rose. Here you go.
Wow.
Well, for Rose,
he hands her a little pouch of seeds. The pouch is a little damp, so the seeds will stay fresh.
These are rose seeds, so that no matter wherever you go, you'll always have a little bit of nature with you. and they'll be as pretty as you are.
Smooth talker.
I do appreciate it. I don't know when I'm going to be able to have an opportunity to plant them.
That's okay. I try to get the freshest ones available so that they last the longest. But make sure you listen to the flowers. Flowers and leaves don't stay around for very long, so you don't have a lot of time to listen to them.
Rose, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll a reflex save.
Oh, geez, what now? Okay, 1 sec.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Yeah, I know, because you threw a child at me? Maybe. All right.
Well, you might
No,
not get it
I
on
pushed
channel.
Rain more into you. That's why.
Reflex save, okay.
So, you see it. Starjay actually pushes you into Rain.
Gosh, darn it!
Oh, okay, so
Ooh.
I push Rain, Starjay pushes Rose. Yes!
and then all of a sudden, then Starjay's just looking away like he didn't do anything.
Hey, Sweetie Bloom, you're being shipped by a Pegasus.
And the dragon.
I can't appreciate the irony.
Yeah, and then as soon as that happens, Starjay turns around and starts prancing out the door.
I love that pony.
I love that horse.
Mission
That
accomplished.
horse is awesome.
Horses.
This horse thinks alike with me.
As Faye and Jal are coming back, something's really wrong with that horse.
That reference.
Yeah. So yes, they happen to walk in.
Oh, great.
And they see Rayan and Rose embracing.
Do they need a moment alone?
No.
No. Rayan jumps away bashfully because he a little taboo.
It's like Jamina gets whispers to Rose. I am so sorry.
Not your fault.
I'm going to go up to Ivan. Do we want to know what happened?
Rain has gifts for you two.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Oh, okay. Pay attention.
What happened was magical.
All of you.
For Miss Faye, here. This is my favorite book.
Excuse me.
Oh, wait.
Dalaran has learned.
As soon as book, duck for cover.
Roll a reflex save right away.
Big word.
You said the B word.
The four-letter B word.
It's not one of those information books that I know you like. It's my favorite novel. It's called Searching for Owain, and it's about a mom who lost her son, and she's trying to find him. And she travels all over the land to try and find him. It's really nice. I like it a lot.
I haven't read a novel in far too long.
Yeah.
So actually, this is perfect, Rayan.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Oh, Jalaram, this one is important.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
He hands you a little pouch that sounds like it's filled with dried leaves.
Oh,
These
may I ask what this is?
These are leaves from a plant that if you sort of chew on the leaves and let the juices go, they keep your eyes healthy.
Oh, I thought you were giving him tobacco for a second. I was going to be very concerned.
Oh.
My mind went somewhere else, but okay.
You all suck, and I hate all of you.
Jalaran probably would go with the direction you would say, Josh.
Oh, wow! I've learned something new today.
I know.
The thing is, like Lord of the Rings. It's
But he's talking
Yeah.
about
Duckweed.
tobacco.
But
I thought it was pipeweed.
I thought it was tea leaves.
But in any case, what? Sorry, they. So what exactly? So if I chew, I look at one of these leaves. So if I chew them, and absorb these juices, how is it? So basically, like, would I be able to see better? Would I?
Yeah, they help keep your eyes healthier for longer so that you don't have eye strain in the dark.
Oh, wow, this. Huh. This
It takes time for it to kick in, but if you keep sort of going with those plants, they help. They help keep your eyes healthy and
I
strong.
love it.
Oh.
Huh?
Nothing.
All right.
No, I heard that. I heard that, Misty.
No,
This is a PG game.
Okay. All right. Rain, thanks. I'll make sure that I use these widely. I'm gonna quick add the pouch.
Oh yeah, I haven't added it to my inventory.
Pouch of leaves. How many? Question. How many uses?
I give it about a dozen, say.
Okay, so 12.
Where the heck even is my inventory? I don't think. Oh, equipment. That'd do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, last one.
And Mr. Owen, okay. So I kind of had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to give you. But I remembered I don't like Olenamara very much. But he's important to you, and he said that he gave you a gift. So, but I also know that you don't like your bad luck very much, right?
It's complicated.
Well,
Heard that one before.
here. He pulls out a little talisman made of gold fabric with silver with a silver apple emblazoned on it. This is a good luck charm that my friend Amelia made. She follows Romena, and I'm considering following her too, because Solinor is gone and I can't do anything about that. But you don't have to believe it. You don't have to worship Romena for this to work, because it does bring it's good luck from one friend to another. And I hope that things start turning out better for you, because I told you they wouldn't leave you.
Alright, if Owen doesn't at least crack a little bit, I am calling so many shenanigans.
Owen, smile. Owen, smile.
I would have to take 2 fingers and grab a corner of the gift.
Actually, here, put out your hand.
I am not going to have my hand put out. I'd be reaching 2 fingers to grab a corner of this gift.
He's trying to hand it to you.
Yeah.
As in,
Yeah.
drop it in your hand.
And I wouldn't be dropping it in my hand. I'd be taking a corner.
Okay,
He's
fine.
saying put your hand out and he'll drop it in your hand without having to touch you.
And again, I'd say I'm taking 2 fingers.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Let him do it, guys. Come on.
Here. And then he hands it to Owen.
Alright.
So maybe it won't counteract your curse, but it'll maybe make it a little better. And you'll always have a little piece of me and Amelia and Romena with you.
And silence.
From Owen? Well, I never.
Alright, so then.
Sorry about the screaming.
Alright, then Rayan steps back and starts to head out.
I gotta. the? Oh, here are the berries. I'm staying here in Gatlas, for a little while. I want to be here when you guys win, but at the same time, I know it's not safe for me to go anywhere else. So I'll be here. I'll wait for you guys. Okay.
Aw,
Thanks,
Shadow
Rain.
likes you.
Hey.
Shadow,
All
say
right.
goodbye.
Bye, Rain.
Such a sweet.
Jimmy listens. Oh, that was nice.
I have words to exchange with your mount.
She puts her hand up and says she puts her hands up like she's about to be arrested. Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Bad horse, what you gonna do?
What you
Bad
gonna
horse,
do?
bad horse, bad horse. He's bad.
All right, but before we get into
Evil
that,
and evil.
I do believe we never actually decided upon a course of action.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take out the notes. Both that what's the name? Ravis gave us, and compare it with mine, and compare it with my notes. All right.
You had said something about forging Arkoth's handwriting before he ever brought the identification papers to our attention. What did you have in mind?
Well, idea I had in mind was make his troops distrust him.
I'm sorry?
Without if they start questioning his leadership, everyone starts turning on him. So, idea I had was essentially split the party. Not us, them. Give them wrong orders.
In Arkoth's handwriting.
Exactly.
Questionable orders.
Are we sure that standard soldiers would be able to recognize Arkoth's handwriting?
Basically what I'm going to be doing for a good, well, at least until the firearms here. I'm going to essentially practice writing out a formal letter as Arkoth would say.
That wasn't my question, though.
Would they?
Well, would we need to worry about it with the lower ranks if they don't recognize Arkoth's handwriting? And those that can recognize his handwriting simply would recognize it as his handwriting, and I don't see the problem.
So,
if you're trying to hand this to any officer or enlisted soldier, you're banking everything on the fact that someone has seen Arkoth's handwriting before and will think it's legit.
It's essentially here's what I had in mind. It's that well, that's one strategy I have, but the other is we have to find Simula.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you
Simula will be with Arkoth. Arkoth will not allow Simula to be anywhere more than 100 feet from his side at this point.
If I were to guess, Arkoth's sense of dramatic irony, if he's spending so much time in the arena, there's a lovely dungeon underneath it.
Would be far easier if I weren't so sure she would simply block out my scrying.
I'd be more concerned that any attempt to scry on her would be blocked by other magics.
True.
This is also true. Either way, scrying isn't much of an option.
Unless
All right.
Minya can tell us something.
You say that there is a fort, an advanced fort, that has a lot of Arkoth soldiers who are making plans for an upcoming battle. I would think that if you wanted to try and get soldiers to turn against Arkoth, that's probably your best bet. But again, you're placing a lot of hope on someone there thinking that what you write is going to be seen as legitimately coming from Arkoth and not just an attempt from the enemy to turn them against each other.
Exactly. That's why I need both. It essentially comes together as a group of how I should word this if I were a commander with a lot of power.
What you need is to convince a group of their soldiers to go out on a scouting mission towards a location that we can entrap them. That's what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can interrogate.
That's a puzzle.
That doesn't really go against anything that Arkoth would actually say, because you're just basically telling them to gather information, and you're just leading them into our hands.
Okay.
Isn't that a good starting point?
I actually agree with that. I'm gonna start thinking of something to write down. So I'm just gonna move over to here and start essentially write some things down. AKA go to my Google Drive.
Well then, it is.
Are we trying to do too much for you, Mr. Dungeon Master?
Not really.
Not necessarily. I'm just writing a Google Drive for myself,
like
and then.
So just like walk through the plan with me again.
Okay,
what we want to try and do is get a group of soldiers from this advanced fort to go into a location where we can entrap them, capture them, and interrogate them.
All right.
That is the plan thus far. We get Jalarum to forge a note from Arkoth to get them to go out on a scouting mission to gather information. And we just make it so where they're going is a place they just cannot escape from. And we can get some of our allies here to make doubly sure that where they're going, they have no way of getting out.
All right. That sounds like a good plan. All right. Well then, it is getting a little late in the day, so.
I had a thought and it's gone.
Dope.
No, I remember.
Okay, what's up?
Jaminia, I wanted to ask you a couple of things.
Yes.
You were having headaches the other day. Do you think that has to do with your sister?
She sighs. It could be. Honestly, sometimes I'm never sure if it's me or it's her. It's a decent thought, but we don't really have any proof one way or another.
I'm just concerned what he might be doing to Simula. Also, there's something I've been meaning to ask you, and I've been forgetting until now, because it might come in handy.
Yes?
At Optimar, when you attacked us, you summoned 2 storm elementals. How did you do that? You're a paladin.
She pulls out 2 pieces of parchment. Spell scrolls.
I was hoping it was. I was hoping you would be able to do it again, should we need to against Arkoth. We're going to.
I generally don't. I carried these in case of emergency. I got them after I first graduated with my paladin rights, and we were only supposed to use them in case of emergency. I wanted to use them against the Valor in the Labyrinth, but things happened a little too quickly.
Do you have any others?
So many. Well, at least it's an option if we need it.
Yes.
And it's certainly a better one than charging in head first on Starjay's back, Your Highness. Just saying, Miss Impulsive.
I bite my lip.
This is going to be a dangerous situation, and we only get one chance. We need for you to be alive at the end of it if we're going to put you back on the Directian throne. Your impulsiveness could potentially ruin everything if you don't use your head out there.
Yeah, you see her look down and give a sigh.
You're a smart woman, Jaminia. Just use it to your advantage.
There's... You might... I need to sit down for this.
Okay.
Should we go back to our designated table?
No. She's giving a... She's breathing in and out.
Are you all right, Jaminia? Did I say something wrong?
I think we're going to get some information.
ETHYR, okay.
So... I remembered specifically what Owen said to me yesterday, and what you just said now. It's... You can say it, I know you're all thinking it. I'm a fool, naive, an idealistic child who cares more about honor before reason.
Not that harshly.
No, I just think that you're someone who cares about the safety of others before herself.
Is there a reason?
But there is a reason why I throw myself at danger like that. When I was a little girl, some unsavory characters found out about my true heritage. I was stolen right from my own home. They bound and gagged me and carried me through the Directian alleyways. I could hear them arguing about what they should do with me. Turn me over to the church to have me hanged as a spectacle, or to sell me into slavery, or just slit my throat and be done with it. I was 10. No one, especially a little girl, should feel what I felt. This powerlessness in the face of fear and hate. I thought I was going to die. I could do nothing but pray. Pray that someone, somewhere out there would save me. And someone did. A strange woman with a distorted face appeared out of nowhere and killed all three of them. She was the one who gave me my mask. And she told me something that I will remember for the rest of my life. Don't wait for a savior. Be the savior. When she appeared, it felt like she lifted me out of the darkness into the light. That feeling that no matter how dark or bleak it gets, you can still be saved. I wanted others to know this hope. It was then that I threw myself at training with the Paladins of Heronius. If I were to be a good savior, I would have to be a perfect warrior. Strong, skilled, and willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. Maybe I'm too reckless sometimes. But I made the decision long ago that if it came down to me or someone else to live, I would always pick the other person.
I'm
I
sorry,
looked
just
down.
clear my throat, not interrupting.
I look down.
Jaminia, that certainly explains a lot about your personality. And it's definitely very noble to always want to be the protector. But there's more than one way to protect people. Instead of dying for someone, for others, you can try living for others.
That's the idea, Faithrin.
I mean, after all, what's good of a savior if you're not around to save people?
Yeah, instead of dying and having people tell your tale, live to tell it yourself.
Yes.
Sorry.
Dude, do you need a lozenge?
No. I'm just.
I give.
Oh, never mind.
I'll try to think a little more before I do things, but. And keep in mind that in war, things are not ideal.
I know.
When it comes to matters of life and death, we can't pick and choose.
I understand that. I just want to lessen the risk as much as possible.
And I appreciate that. We'll see what happens when the battle goes forth. I think it's getting late, so I think we all need. I think we all need to get some sleep.
All right. Meantime, I think I have an idea of what I want to say. All right, tell me how this sounds. Directive: send a small scouting party to the outskirts of the Galgari jungle. Little Bird told me the Resistance is building its army from Kynather. Go there and report back to me as soon as you can. No need for any armor. Don't want you to give away our position or to know they're onto us. Arkoth Wormwood. It's perfect. It's honestly a perfect spot, and we could basically perfect spot. We're covered by trees. They won't be able to find us.
Let's see.
All right. I'll talk with I'll talk with Queen Neff to see if this is a good idea.
You may want to enlist the help of the other druids. You're going to go into a forest and you want to keep someone still or entangle, you've got the better.
Okay.
No, well, I'm going to bed. It's if we're going to go to war, might as well be well rested.
All right.
I have one more thing I want to do before I go to bed.
And that is?
I need to speak with King Orkram.
Do you need mine or Ivan's help? Or Owen's help?
We can come with you if you want.
General Ravis and Ivan, actually, I could use your help. Mercy knows I'm not very soft with my words.
All right, come on, Ivan. Come on, Ivan.
Yep.
And Lucid, you can stay over here, please, and thank you.
Lucid kind of gives a scoffing caw.
I pet Lucid a little bit.
Happy bird.
All right.
And I just make myself comfortable on the table, plop my big head on the table.
Right.
Ivan, you going over to help him?
Yep. Hang on, I didn't move my character.
Oh,
All right.
There we go.
So you move over to King Orkram. He looks up at you, but he looks at you, but he doesn't say anything.
Greetings, King Orkram.
He nods.
Are you and your men well?
He nods.
Cheerful. I have something I wish to ask of you.
He looks at you and is just waiting.
Faye is not happy being stared at.
Come on, Faye, you can do this.
We both hold her hands.
I need to ask for 3 pure diamonds.
Ooh.
King Orkram looks at you and says, "Why?"
There's a very important spell that I need to cast, and it requires a diamond focus.
And what is this spell exactly?
I would rather not say.
Let's just say it's a very powerful spell that could benefit us all in the end.
Yeah, it's for the good of the entire army.
It's for the greater good.
You're gonna have to roll diplomacy for that.
Sure, I'll do.
I'll do that. I'll do that as well. Your yours is probably going to be better than mine, but
Oh, that's why we're both here, just in case.
there it is. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. 30.
That's pretty good.
Nice!
Yeah.
Mine's better.
Right! You get a good roll, and then Ivan gets an Ivan roll.
Oh my god, mine's better.
It's not even a, that's
Like, yeah, yours is good.
Uh,
Mine's better.
All right.
Ironically, the gnome's is bigger.
Oh!
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Okay. So, Orkram starts rubbing his temples. Yeah, you can tell he's thinking about it, but the fact that he didn't say no means that he's definitely highly considering it.
All right.
And she kind of looks helplessly at Jalarum. He's not a politician. She's an academic.
Neither is Jalrum. Oh.
Orkram looks at you and says, I'll see what I can do.
Truly?
I don't have any diamonds on me at the moment.
Thank you so much, King Orkram.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Thank you. And Faye is kind of tearing up happily.
Oh.
Hugs.
All right. Oh, I hug her from the side as well. Thank you, Your Majesty. Thank you so much, Your Majesty.
And
All right.
she just kind of walks away.
All right. Yeah.
She walks over here. She starts kind of crying.
Aww.
Okay. I'm gonna head over to Queen Nephthys and just basically relay her. Basically, what I'm saying is, as I basically relay my plan to her, see if any druids or other any other Chaucy would be willing to assist in that. That way, we have a even greater advantage.
Yeah. Nephthys is considering your plan and says, it's a great plan, though I don't think they need to go so far out. We could probably ambush them closer.
Where would you suggest? Like maybe just like the entrance?
Not that close.
Okay.
Maybe perhaps. We could probably quickly create a small grove of trees this small grove of trees right outside. That would be it, or bushes at the very least. That might be good.
Okay, that could work.
We'll see what we can do.
All right. Meantime, I'm gonna, as it were, practice my handwriting.
Have fun with that.
All right. I head back over to the table and practice copying the handwriting.
All right, everyone's going to bed.
Yeah. I'll do like 2 or 3 tries and then I'll head to bed. So,
all right, you go to bed. Okay.
No, I'm gonna roll the. Okay, first ever forgery check. Here we go.
Drum roll.
I was kind of hoping for a correct one.
Okay, that is 20. How close do I get? How close do I get it to getting it to Arkoth's writing style?
I can't tell you that. Sorry.
Dang it.
Would So what would it be? Like a decipher script from someone else or something?
No, I can't. I simply cannot tell you that.
Read. Okay, fine.
But just okay. Just,
The only way to tell if a forgery works is to see if it works.
Ah.
oh.
You gotta test it.
Do I dare try it, or do I try and roll for a high? Do I try and roll for higher?
That's something.
Sorry, what?
So unfortunately, I'm only giving you that check.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, sorry. Alright.
All right.
So-
I'll try it. I'll try it in the morning. All right. All right. I'm gonna head. I will also head to bed.
All right. For the sake of expedition or expediting, what's the noun of that?
Expedience.
Expedience.
Yeah, expedient.
Expedient.
Yeah. For the sake of expedience, I'm going to say that it is the next day. Everyone has a. It is the next day. Everyone has come back.
Owen was nice enough to give us a pleasant night's sleep.
Freaking
Yes.
RJ spawned and I was right on his butt. That was not cool.
Aw.
Only you would pay attention to something like that.
That is not true.
He liked it.
Kinky.
Hey,
What?
All right. Anywho. Okay, so
I'm gonna kill. I'm gonna murder.
Everett. So you look toward. Okay, so Ravis comes up to you, and he says, "I'm sorry, everyone. I have a bit of disturbing news.
Oh, joy.
Oh boy. What is it?
Oh.
I didn't do it.
The army is mobilizing. Our time frame is lessened."
Right.
Oh boy.
There's probably going to be an encounter right outside the city of Directian.
And here I thought I actually had an interesting plan. Now I don't get to use it.
Oh.